Hey, it's Dan McDonald here, and I want to share with you the ultimate raw cracker recipe, the best raw crackers in the entire universe. I made a couple of adjustments from the recipe in the Living Foods book, so I wanted to bring that to your attention. So I'm going to tell you what the adjustments are, as I'm always constantly evolving these recipes, okay? And these adjustments that I made actually took this cracker to a completely new level. Now, I've made probably more pizza crusts and crackers and dehydrated raw foods than anyone I know, for sure. I'm sure there's some dude out there that spends his whole day dehydrating nothing but crackers and stuff for some raw food company. But these are the best I've ever made. So let me share those with you. If you don't have the Living Foods recipe book, click on the link down below and pick it up right now while it's on sale. Check this out. Boom. I'm going to show you something awesome. 2 cups of soaked almonds. Boom. 2 cups soaked and sprouted sunflower seeds. The almonds were also sprouted for 24 hours. So these nuts and seeds are highly activated, and all the enzyme inhibitors and phytates have been washed away. 2 cups of carrots, shredded or chopped. 2 cups of celery, nicely done. 1 cup of cilantro. Woo, we're getting overloaded here, baby. It's going to take me a minute to get this thing wheeled around here, so just bear with me. Next, this is the ultimate and secret ingredient right here. Bam, the Raw Life Protein Powder. This is the single greatest thing. Although I love this stuff and it's amazing for a variety of recipes, this raw protein added to these raw crackers takes it to another level of crispness and texture, which I have never experienced before in my life. That is the secret and magic ingredient to the best raw crackers in the entire universe, because they do a lot of studies and spend millions of dollars on finding out substances, chemicals, additives, and conditioners to add to food to get you addicted to it. But imagine if you could create those amazing textures, and I'll show it to you in a minute because I got a whole tray in the dehydrator. Imagine if you could create those same amazing crisp textures, but do it with healthy foods like fruits and vegetables and nuts and herbs. Now that would be amazing, and that's exactly what the Raw Life Protein does, because it gives it a texture that snaps like a crisp, store-bought, processed, clog up your colon, genetically modified cracker, and you have none of that here. Absolutely amazing. Invest in your health. Here you go. Check it out. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of salt. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of flax seeds. And then I'm going to add 6. The book says 8. You can use 8 if you want. You can use 6. You can use less. You can use more of the garlic if you like. 8 is probably the max for this recipe. I'm just using 6 today. Next is probably 2 teaspoons. I think the recipe says 1 teaspoon, but I'm going to add 2 today. I love what paprika does for food. It gives it a nice smoky flavor. There we go. Next is some cumin seed. Now, I wanted to take a minute to share with something with you that's very special. And this is how to make your own herbs at home. You can do this with a variety of herbs and use your high-speed blender. I like to use the Vitamix and this small pitcher to do my herbs. Now make sure that your Vitamix or your high-speed blender is bone dry, or you'll get a lot of sticking and you'll lose a lot of your herbs, especially if you are only making a small amount. So what I like to do, because what I've done in the past, and you can make this choice if you want to for this recipe, and that is you can add the cumin seed in there whole, or you can powder it. Now, I like to add it in there whole because what happens is you'll get these little amazing bits of cumin all throughout the cracker. But today, since I wanted to share with you how to blend and make your own herbs, I'm going to just add, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do both. You can always do both. If I can get this lid off. Oh, I guess I don't need to take it off. But anyways, I've got whole cumin seed. I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of that. I'm just going to do like 1 tablespoon today. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of the cumin seeds whole to the crackers so that you can still have that explosive flavor, as well as adding it as a powder to give it a nice balanced flavor throughout the entire cracker. Cumin is another magical ingredient for this particular recipe. So let me show you how to make the cumin here really quick. It's just very quick. Making your own powdered herbs at home, because the seeds, like mustard seed for example, if you grind it at the factory, it starts oxidizing right away. But seeds and nuts have protective mechanisms inside of them that hold the oils in and keep the oils from going rancid. So when you make your own herbs at home, now that's a couple of tablespoons of cumin powder as well. So we're just having a good time here, playing here at the shop. And now we're ready to rock and roll. I'm going to add the final ingredient. This is really important though, to get some lemon or lime juice in there. Just about 1/4 cup of lemon juice, which actually ends up being about half of a large lemon or 1 small lemon. And then here we go. This is going to take a few minutes, so just bear with me. I'll do a little dance or a jig or something. And then what we're going to do is this is going to take a few minutes. So what I'm going to do, and no, this does not hurt the food processor. What I'm going to do though is show you maybe it does hurt the food processor. No, it just has to be plugged in. If you unplug it, it's not a good thing. So I'm going to keep working this. This is real time here, folks, and this is DTM, no editing style. And I'll take a little scooper here, but at least you can see what happens and how it goes in real time. This is a larger batch. This is actually 2 batches here. I envy those who take the time to edit. I just never learned the technology. I'm not really a technologically advanced person. I generally tend to spend more time in nature, understanding her ways. That's kind of what makes me who I am. I'm trying to figure out a way to bring more of that into this online video show. So I'll just chill out. We'll chill out. And how can I entertain? It won't be long, but it's just another minute here. It's coming along really nicely. I'll just do it for another second. And there are various textures to the crackers. This one, since I'm on camera, now what you can do is wheel it for another, 3 or 4 minutes, and get it nice and pulverized. And this tipping technique is actually a really good thing because otherwise it takes like years. And it's coming along real nice, but I just want to show you some of the tips on how to make a nice, flat, uniform cracker. That is magnificent. Very, very good. Oh, beautiful. Okay, cool. So, here is the next step, and this is very important. So let's move forward here, my friend, and we've got the Excalibur sheet here. Before I move on, I will show you what they look like when they're finished. I'm going to show the YouTube straight up. Now that is a beautiful thing. Believe it. And the texture on these is incredible. I wonder if I should put the microphone near it. Oops, oh lordy. Don't do that, mister. Kick the stand here. But the crispness, oh, the texture, amazing. Very, very awesome. Just beautiful. So here you go. This is the way to get a nice uniform cracker. You make your pile, put your pate on the Teflex sheet, and I actually need another sheet. So I'm going to take these babies off of here. Oh, that is awesome, dude. That's amazing. Those are the best crackers ever. And I'm going to use this Teflex sheet right here. You need 2 Teflex sheets in order to do this. So you take this and you use this thing. Here you go. Watch this. So you take your Teflex sheet, you lay it over the top, you now find a nice flat surface, and then you use your cutting board to flatten to get a nice even level instead of spending all day trying to spread it out with this thing, which takes a while, but you can really expedite the process by using. And then what you do, you can either have, now see, there's a pizza crust. Boom. Take that, that's what I'm saying. You take this now and you make that into the pizza crust, and then you add whatever you want, all your vegetables, tomatoes, zucchini, red pepper, olives, garlic, boom, a little bit of brewer's yeast, some cilantro, sage, basil, whatever you want to add. But see, now what I'm going to do is show you how to make the crackers. You take it and you start getting things to go square. You go square with it. There's a couple other tricks I really need to show you before you go. So you square it up, and then you bring back the Teflex sheet and you smash it back down. And now you're getting more square. You're back to a little more roundness, right? But then you can use a knife for this. You can use the edge of your spatula to go and get a nice square cracker, because that just makes sense when you're making these crackers. And I'll show you how to cut it before you dehydrate it, and then I'll let you go. And I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me. This kind of thing gets me really excited, because this is really one of the geniuses of the raw and living foods, you know, is creating healthy alternatives to the junk that we're addicted to because of the textures and the flavors and everything else. But you can use wholesome ingredients, and you can make delicious food that has good textures, wholesome ingredients, no chemicals, and you make it at home. Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, but you just paid $5 for a box of crackers. Maybe it costs you, 12 or 15 bucks to make this. But if you go to the store, you're just buying like devitalized flour with a bunch of air products and chemicals. So it's like, I'm going to get the cheap crackers. Well, then that is more of a reflection of your consciousness. So these are the high conscious crackers. I might even call it that. So I like to, if I wanted to, I could get it perfect. I'd go around here and I'd just keep going until I got it absolutely perfect. There's no need to do that today via video. But this is good enough. You know, so there you go. Now we're dealing with the square. Y'all see that? Boom, boom. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my knife. I'm going to make some fatties like this. I'm just going to, normally, you saw how the size I made these ones, right? Okay. I'm going to make some big old sandwich crackers. So I'm just going to make 2 cuts. One right down the middle. And I'm going to dehydrate them just like that. And I'm going to make, so I'll show you what I've got. I'm going to show you what I got here. That's awesome. And so that's going to be like, when I go to dehydrate that at 120 for about, 12 to 18 hours, depending upon how thick. I could have made that a little bit thinner. I wanted to make some thicker ones. I've got another batch right here. I want to thank you very much for joining me on today's video. The greatest, best cracker in the entire universe is right here. Life Regenerator. It's in the Living Foods recipe book along with all the juices, smoothies, salads, entrees, desserts. Very simple, basic, wholesome food. You also get the 30-day program to teach you how to do this, to apply this stuff. Within the meal planner, there's not a lot of complicated recipes like this. It's actually the very basic and easy, but I threw in some more of those recipes into the book just so that you have those on anytime you feel like you want to, play more and have fun with this thing, okay? Thank you very much. Have an awesome day. Peace.